Yeah, that was awesome. Definitely a revenge match for us, coming off of the conference tournament not going our way. Our kids were in the locker room today, and I knew in their eyes and their hearts that they were going to go out and battle for every single point. And I think that's exactly what we did. East Stroudsburg played awesome, but I think it just came down to who was more gritty and who could have a little bit more resilience. And fortunately, we were able to do that. And so super, super proud of them. Man, they emptied the tanks. We leaned on our leadership a ton and got the job done. So very, very proud of them.
Let's go back to the fourth set. It's 24-18. Fans are putting their coats on. The other two teams are in the tunnel ready to warm up, and they rattle off 6 straight to tie things. What was the key staying mentally composed, mentally in it? They had set points. You had a couple more match points. How did you maintain your focus there?
Yeah, that's like shout out to East Stroudsburg because that's their sweet spot, right? They love to come back from behind and be super gritty. And so we just reminded them as often as we could, like your score's never safe, no matter what the points are until someone hits 25. But in those moments, rely on your training and stay calm and confident. We tell them a ton. The team that stays loose and has fun is successful. And so we were able to do that at the end, but, again, super, super proud of them.
Delaney, I know this is the third time you played them. You had success earlier in the season. We know the result from 2 weeks ago. What did you take? And your coach just mentioned a revenge sort of a game. What did you take from that match in the PSAC tournament that you learned from and exacted differently tonight?
We talked about in the locker room before this game that they just caught us on a bad day. We didn't mesh that well in the PSAC game, but we knew coming into today that we've worked our way, we practiced meshing, and that we were going to execute whenever we got to the NCAAs.
It seemed like, Ellie, that there was a sense of aggressiveness, maybe urgency early on in the match from your team. First 15 points you really came out and I thought played well. Was that something that you were trying to lean in on tonight, is getting off to a good start and kind of playing from ahead rather than behind?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we played East Stroudsburg the second time we were trailing them a lot, and we were coming out strong 1-25 no matter what.
Take me through, Coach, when you look at this team's run. It's a gauntlet of a season. In the last 3 weeks you've had to go through conference, you go to now. The semifinal was the same as the semifinal in the PSAC. When you face an opponent so many times, what is the key as it was tonight? I don't know if you want to present different things, different strategies, but how do you remain fresh, consistent, and maybe throw them off a bit compared to what they're used to seeing from you the last 2 times?
Yeah, I think a big part of that is the mental game. We rely on our training. We have the weapons and the skill physically, but really just working on the mental aspect of the game. We really worked on that in practice. Being able to bounce back quick, relying on those positive moves, playing that positive highlight reel in their heads. And so, yeah, we went back to practice a couple weeks ago and really pushed that area of their game, and it paid off. So, there's still more work to do, and again, I'm really proud of them, but I think exercising the mind in that aspect really kind of helped us push past that hurdle that we weren't able to get through last time.
Delaney, looking at the box score, 23 kills for you. You essentially were attacking at will tonight in over 200 hitting percentage. Do you feel like offensively, how early on offensively do you feel like the entire team had the confidence that you had in the match tonight?
I think that my team helped me out a lot in my offense tonight, especially Ellie and Jess. They really came up to me and told me that they believed in me, and that makes me want to do it for them and our only senior Riley. So once they have confidence in me, it's easier to have a lot of confidence in myself.
Last question I have for you, Coach. Regardless of the outcome tonight, it is an all PSAC West championship game. You know Gannon well, you know UPJ well. What are the things that you're expecting tomorrow, regardless of who you play?
Yeah, another really gritty match. These are the same 4 teams that were in the last 4 slots in our conference tournament, and so the West is tough, the PSAC's tough, and so it's going to be a matter of who can show up for 25 points all 3 sets, and who wants to win more. And so right now we're going to celebrate this win, but try and stay as fresh as possible, and go give them another shot tomorrow.